Future Jeremy, future Krista, if you're watching this, try and stick to 2 years.
Let's do some questions.
Yeah.
We got asked some questions. So
We're just gonna.
someone said, what made the idea start, or what inspired you to live tiny? So I've always just thought tiny living was really interesting in general. And then when we started talking about the school buses, I was like, that just seems impossible. But I saw a family, and they're a super well-known family on Instagram. I'm sure you've seen their stuff, but they're called the Maze Team on Instagram.
Really cool bus.
We'll link them below. Sure, why not? But they have 4 kids and the 2 adults, obviously, and they are doing it. They've been doing it, I think, for over a year now, and I was like, man, if they have 4 kids, we can do this. Like, we only have the one. We both have jobs where we're our own. Well, you're not your own boss, but you're remote. You can work anywhere there's internet. I can work anywhere, anytime I want, or as little or as much as I want. And we just have the one little nugget. So I was like, you know what? Look at this family, Jeremy. Like, if you're having, if you have any hesitations, just look at them. Like, they are making it happen. So that really inspired me personally. It like really encouraged me. Like, okay, there's no reason we can't do this. And I just love the simplistic life. I love to purge. I love to get rid of stuff. And Jeremy's the complete opposite of that.
Hold up. I mean, for me to answer the question, what kind of drew me to this was like the idea that the more stuff you have, the more stuff you got to take care of. And I'm not good at purging. It's a painful part for me to like get rid of things.
But he's not a hoarder.
I'm not a hoarder.
To be clear.
And I think it's a huge step of faith to say like, hey, like sell all you have to go live a lifestyle that is like solely dependent on more so family than your items. And I think it presses against culture right now, especially in the Bay Area, to say like we don't need temporal things to produce happiness for us, or the new things, or what's new and the greatest thing out there. But I can use the same pair of pants for however so many years. Probably not pants.
Maybe if they're good pants.
Maybe if they're good pants. But like
you're finding the stuff that actually matters to you.
Yeah.
And you focus on the things that are important. And less is more, honestly. But yeah.
What's the next question? Where do we plan to travel?
Well, do we plan to travel in the bus?
Yes.
Yes. We do. That was the main reason we bought the bus. But I mean, I would love to see all the national parks. I think that would be awesome.
Yes.
Within here and Canada and Alaska. If we can get the bus that far, that would be
get to Alaska.
Amazing.
And back.
And back.
What's the next one?
What's been the most surprising thing during the process that we've encountered that we weren't expecting? So any hiccups or struggles or...
Oh, so like in the build?
So for me personally, I'm not building the bus. Oh yes, we haven't said Jeremy's building the bus entirely on his own with the help of his friends and his father and his brother and anyone else and strangers out there that want to help. But he's doing it. We're not having someone build this bus for us, which is kind of unique. Yeah. But so I'm like, we haven't hit any problems. Everything's been great, but I haven't built the bus.
Yeah.
I've tried a couple times, and I'm like, you're better off without me. Like, I'm just slowing you down.
You know? After a really long work day, and maybe I have a little energy left. It's good to have Krista in here, who is really, really good at minute details and seeing things that I don't see. And she'll come in and say like, hey, have you thought about this angle for this idea? And it'll be like, all right, like that's awesome. I'd love to make that happen for you.
But any problems that you've hit? Like what's been the struggles for you?
All right, if you plan to build a bus, build out a bus, any type of conversion on a bus, know that nothing is symmetrical.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. For the walls to go up to the ceiling, it's not symmetrical. even in us doing the ceiling, we had someone bless us and say, hey, I have a bunch of ceiling boards, you can have them, you need to put them up this week or they're gonna twist, they're gonna warp because of the sun. And so I had to like rush to get all of the wiring done for a complete circuit for the lights on the roof, on the ceiling, and throw up insulation into the ceiling, and then we started to get a line on the ceiling and pin up all those boards. And it was funny because we started measuring like from one side of the bus to the other and from a corner to the other to get like a straight line of 2 boards all the way down the middle of the bus, and we couldn't find the middle. No matter what we measured, like we would get off at some point, and it was so difficult and frustrating. I think it took me probably a good like 5-6 hours to finally get a solid line straight down the middle of the bus. So that was something I've run into. The security system.
Yeah.
Cool. Here's another fun point, and this is gonna be my last one because I think this is the only other thing that's been really frustrating. But there's an interlock system on most buses nowadays that if the back door or a emergency exit is open, bus won't start. So when we did demo on the bus back in February, like 4 months ago, we just tore everything out, neglecting any wires that could have been there that were useful. And so I spent probably a solid, 50 hours over a week just trying to figure out how to fix this. Reading forums, going on websites. I got the head mechanic for the company of the bus on the line. He talked to me over the phone. He's a really great guy to help me out, and we talked to him, and I finally just had to track down people, person after person, tons of different people to finally get me an answer, which is to just bypass a crank relay. And so essentially I had to ground a wire, and it took me forever to find that one wire. It's like 50 something hours of work to find one wire.
And it still doesn't run.
But it starts.
So I guess currently all of our travel plans are useless until we get it to run.
Hey.
But there's still so much time because it's it's not nowhere near being done. We're halfway done. We're putting up walls right now.
Yeah.
We have insulation in. We have electricity running. We have the solar panels on.
Plumbing's done.
A lot of exciting things. Yeah, plumbing's done. We just, can't do anything in there yet.
Yeah.
But
it's good.
It's coming along, and you're making so much headway.
Thank you.
It's
a big
amazing.
undertaking.
It is a big undertaking. You're building a house in a bus.
Yep.
Like everything you know about building is on a learning curve because it's in a bus. It's not a normal house.
Yeah.
So if you think you know it, you gotta re-know it for a bus. I don't know. Someone asked, will RJ have room for toys? Yeah.
Some toys.
It's gonna be very limited, but honestly, that kid, he
so
loves
content.
being outside. He's stoked on water. Like he loves to play in the water. He loves to be just out.
You can give him a stick and a rock, and he'll have hours of.
He was literally digging a hole in dirt at the tiny house convention we were at, and he was totally happy about it. He's easy to please.
Yeah.
So yes, he will have toys.
We won't have a lot of storage for
We won't have a lot
of
of room for toys, a lot of space for toys, but definitely have some toys. And he'll have his own little space. He'll have his own bunk bed area.
Yeah.
I call it a closet. It's not huge,
It's a little area.
but he's only sleeping in there. You know. So poor guy, but he loves being in the bus. So it doesn't.
As far as toys
notice.
go, if you've bought him a birthday gift for his first birthday and it's not going to be in the bus, don't feel bad.
Don't take it personal. Will grocery shopping be frequent since lack of space? So we currently have a mini fridge, but we were just talking about yesterday possibly getting an RV size fridge, just because mainly for the sole purpose that there's not a freezer really. Like you could and maybe making it run instead of on electricity, making it run on propane. So in case
you can either run on a propane with a propane adapter for gas which is really reliable just in case the solar doesn't get enough sun. So if we run out of
Yeah.
electricity, the one thing that constantly has to be running is a fridge, and that's kind of
Right.
a bummer.
Yeah.
So-
So just because it's really small, we might get a bigger fridge. Who knows? That's
Yeah.
probably not until the end. But so before we moved out of our home, we probably grocery shop about once a week, and did laundry about once a week. And I think
Yeah.
that'll probably stay the same.
Yeah,
but
that's what
you
we're
know,
planning
we
on.
don't really know until we're in the bus.
Will you still have
Well,
other
we still
vehicles?
have other vehicles. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a car and Jeremy has a car. Yeah, we both have cars, and I assume we'll keep both of them. I mean, it'd be perfect if we could tow a car, like if we go somewhere far for a somewhat extended amount of time when we travel.
Yeah.
So we don't have to drive the bus literally everywhere, or Uber everywhere, or
Yeah.
walk everywhere, depending on, you know, where we go. But I honestly, I don't see that being possible, but you know, there's ways to work around that. But yes, we will keep both of our cars, I
Yep.
would imagine, or at
Yeah.
least one, for sure one.
Totally.
Because I mean, when we're home, we need to have some kind of vehicle to get around. We can't be driving our bus to church on Sundays. Would be a little dramatic, but I mean, I guess we could. Anyways, are we parking the bus or driving it anywhere? Yes. We don't know where we'll have it stationed when we're home exactly yet. We have a
Yeah.
couple prospective ideas, but nothing's set in stone. So, and will that be our permanent residence, and why, or why not?
I think we already kind of answered that as far as us wanting to travel. It'll be home base is here in the Bay Area, Gilroy kind of area.
Yeah, we'll be in the bus full time. It's not like it's we're not planning on like living in a home and then
Yeah.
traveling around for months and then coming back to that said home. The bus is our home and our travel vehicle. That's the whole appeal to us, and our goal right now is, I think, 2 years in the bus.
Yeah.
to-
Future Jeremy, future Krista, if you're watching this, try and stick to 2 years.
I think we'll easily be able to do 2 years. I think because I feel like it would be a waste of our time with everything we're putting into it to only
Yeah.
live it in a year. And
Financially, I think it helps us out a lot.
it helps us save. And I mean, we only currently have the one child who is not in school, and that's huge. And we are making it so if we did have a second child on the bus, it would be livable. But
Bunk beds.
bunk beds. But yeah, so we were planning to make it livable for if we had a baby,
Yeah.
and
Another baby.
that's Jeremy's dream for like yesterday, but not
I'm gonna
quite
patiently
there
wait.
yet. And that going into kids. Someone asked if we were gonna homeschool.
Yeah.
We won't be at that point by the time we're in the bus. RJ's not big enough, and I mean, you know, I could easily do, I guess, like preschool activities, but
Yeah.
I think, you know, he's so little, he'll be in school for so long. I'm not like jumping at the gun to start teaching him
Yeah.
his 50 states when
And
he's like 3. What's our floor plan gonna look like? Ours is gonna be a little bit more unique. It's not gonna have a center aisle.
Yeah.
I was really adamant about that just because I didn't want you to walk in and feel like you're in an RV, because you know when you go into an RV, everything has a center aisle, everything's on the same line. And so immediately we lifted our roof 20 inches, so it's so much higher, it feels so much more
Yeah.
open in there. That was huge. Another thing I kind of demanded, and it was only a small feat.
No,
wasn't
it honestly was really cool. The process wasn't that difficult to
Yeah.
raise the roof,
You had a lot of help with that.
and 20 inches raising the roof. It was really cool. It was one day. Basically, we got the whole thing done in one day, and
Yeah.
it was
So
awesome.
so we have a side aisle,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a 1-unit bathroom, so it's a full bath.
Yeah.
And most times in a bus or an RV, you see, you know, you have your shower on one side and your toilet on the other side, and I was like, nope, I want a whole bathroom together. I don't like that. I don't know why I didn't like it. I didn't want any feel of an RV in there. I was like, if I'm living in here, I want to be in a home. I want to feel like I'm in a home.
Yeah.
And I want to have a big kitchen. I want to have a big living space. And so all of our details and all that stuff, you can always see it on the gram, on the Instagram, on our Instagram. We have a lot of information on there, but as we go along, you guys will see how it actually comes together and how we're making it a real thing.
Yeah. I feel like this is just a really cool video for us to put out to say, hey, we're halfway there. And just thank you for all your prayers and your encouragement to us.
Your support, your help, all the people that have been helping us with the build. I know Jeremy gets really, really tired out there. It's a lot of work, and most days he's by himself, but the days that he does get help, it's, man, we can't thank you guys enough. Yeah, we have really, really great people in our life that have really supported us, and that's huge. I know a lot of people that have done this and gone before us, and they don't get a lot of support, or a lot of people that have gone before them. And so the short amount of time that we've committed to this, we've found a lot of people that are like, you're doing something awesome. And I remember when we were talking about this, he was like, Jeremy was saying, like, I don't know, like, you know, what are people gonna say, or like, should we do this or something? I don't remember what he said exactly, but it was basically along the lines of like, I don't know if we should do this. And I was like, Jeremy, if anyone's gonna do it,
we're the crazy ones.
Everyone knows it's gonna be us. Like, our friends, when we told them, they're like, that makes sense for you guys.
Yeah.
And we're like, thank you. Like, I don't know if that
affirming.
It is affirming, but I'm like, does it also mean we're crazy? A little bit, but and it's like, if there were a time to do it, it'd be now, when we have a little guy, when we don't have any kids in school, when we can go and just leave when we want because of our jobs. And if they change later, then, you know, I'm glad we took advantage of the time that we have now to do it, because it might not be there later. And, you know, we could settle down later. We don't want to settle down right away. I mean, we are settled down because, like, we're married and we have a kid, but, you know, traditional settle down of having a home and things like that. But we and the best part is we do have a home. Like, we have something that is ours, and that we're taking all these hours and all this money to put into it, but it's, at the end of the day, when it's finished and we're living in it, it's ours.
And we own it.
And that's huge for us. We were tired of throwing our money away and not having anything to show for it, even though we loved our little home that we were in before.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was rent that, it was $2,000 that we would waste every month just to have a roof over our heads, and we wanted more for ourselves. So I'm so happy that we actually are doing this, and I don't care if anyone has anything negative to say about it, because we know where we stand with it. We know where the people that love us and support us stand with it, and, you know, that's all that really matters to us. So
we feel affirmed, and thank you guys for that.
Yeah, so if you guys want to follow along, we have our Instagram pages that you guys can check out, that we will also put below, and we will also continue to make videos if you guys like them. And if you guys have any questions, or you guys want to know something about us, we are open books. Like, we want to share our lives with you guys. We want to be real with you guys, and, you know, that, like I said, nothing's off limits if it's on our videos. So
and I think this is a fun video also, to just like, we'll be able to look back on this and say, like, this was our journey, and for ourselves in the future, we'll be able to say, like, we really did that, and we stood strong, and we worked really hard for this, and what we're trying to build is a family. So it's kind of a cool little recording.
It's a documentary for us that you guys are.
I mean, even if some people doesn't. Even if some people doesn't. if some of you don't really care, we don't care, because we just like it for ourselves.
No, but we just wanted to share our life and our experiences, and we want to see how far we've come from beginning to end of our bus life and our married life. So,
and hopefully new baby.
And on that note, we'll see you next time.
See you next.
If there is a next time.